The death of a dog chained up in his own backyard in the heat is prompting changes in how the city of Indianapolis handles complaints about animals in trouble. Tonight, a West Side man is raising questions about the city's delayed response. Call 6 Investigates Kara Kenny is digging into what happened and what the city is changing as a result. And we should warn you, some of the images you're about to see may be disturbing.
A West Side homeowner says he saw a dog in distress and tried to get Indianapolis Animal Care Services to come out time and time again. But by the time they responded, it was too late. Jim Honeycutt is a dog lover. So when the West Sider saw his neighbor's 2 dogs chained up outside in the hot sun, he got concerned.
It's pretty active dogs, which is not a good idea to begin with.
Jim called the Mayor's Action Center on June 25th, but no one came out. He called the city again on June 27th and then snapped this picture at 9:37 a.m. of the dogs, including Flash, a pit bull mix.
Hardly no wind, and the sun was, directly above us, and no shade. So I felt for them. They were panting. And
Jim says he even tried the Request Indy app and called the police non-emergency number.
Of course, they directed me to the animal control number.
When Jim checked on the dogs later that morning, Flash was laying down and not moving. The Honeycutts called the Mayor's Action Center again and messaged their neighbors to come home. By the time Indianapolis Animal Care Services responded to the home 16 hours later, Flash was already dead.
Yeah, it's too late. Too late for any dog at being outside at that temperature or chained up for that long, I would assume.
What do you think when you look at this?
No, it's horrible. Yeah, nobody's pet should have to go through that. I mean, it's just it's horrible.
The head of Animal Care Services, Katie Trenopole, says Jim's first call to the city was characterized as a standard animal neglect run. The city has a backlog of more than 400 runs.
Our runs are prioritized by the information we get when the call comes in.
When Jim called the city back to say Flash wasn't moving, the Mayor's Action Center emailed an IACS supervisor to escalate the complaint. But the IACS supervisor didn't see that email until it was too late.
By the time that she got that email and updated the run status or priority to a higher priority, unfortunately, the dog had already passed away. So we have had conversations with the Mayor's Action Center on how we can address that issue in a more timely manner.
The city has added and will continue to add officers to reduce their animal backlog. The Animal Care Services investigation also uncovered Flash's owner adopted him from the city's own shelter back in October.
When you saw that this dog came from your shelter, what was your reaction?
I was devastated. Yeah, and it wasn't that long ago that he came from us, which is even more sad.
The city cited Flash's owner, Melinda Ryan, with 3 care and treatment violations. She must appear in court August 5th. She didn't answer the door when we stopped by, but we heard dogs barking inside. Jim Honeycutt hopes Flash's story will prompt the city and pet owners to make changes.
Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
If an animal's life is in immediate danger, call 911. The next fastest way is to use the Request Indy app. Those requests go immediately into the shelter system so they can respond more quickly. You can also get emailed updates on your case. Kara Kenny, RTV6.
Kara, thanks. And when someone adopts an animal from the city shelter, they receive a copy of the city's care and treatment ordinance that talks about proper tethering and when to bring the pets inside. We also reached out to the Mayor's Action Center, who told us this, quote, at the time of this case creation, email escalation was the correct protocol agreed upon by ACS. We are currently working with ACS to open their communication processes for these situations in the future, end quote.